Hey guys,
Hi, Jack.
Robin.
We're the Inwits.
Welcome back for another week of our Survivor Roundup. It's a bit of a... What we got? What week? We're a week away from the merge now.
Next week's
the
merge.
So it's like, yeah, so first off, where do we want to start? You've got no notes today.
No, I got no notes because...
This is interesting.
I know, well...
You're on the fly.
No, not really. Well, I am, yes. Fly guys soon with that. But it's really these two episodes really the Saga story.
Yeah, okay.
Like, there was a bit of Samatau.
Yeah.
And there's some interesting stuff, but not much went on over there.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
so you need your notes for it?
No.
Okay,
great. It's all about Saga and Luke and Sara, really.
Okay, yeah, it was a bit of Luke and Sara showdown, and how that it kind of was interesting how it panned out.
It was actually. It's very
interesting.
We did have.
Where do we want to start?
Well, I suppose the first episode we can start with Sara recruits Peter.
Yep.
And Tarra.
Yeah.
By the looks of it.
And it looked like she had.
Yep.
She pretty much had that.
Yep.
Sorted for the most part.
And it looked like maybe Jericho and Odette and Luke. You know, like there was two sides.
Well, yeah, there were two sides. Odette really didn't have any side ever. She was possibly the worst game player I think I've ever seen.
Well, to tell you the truth, I sort of that's how I started thinking of Odette. And now looking back on her gameplay, I think her strategy was like, as long as it's not me, and to vote the majority.
Yeah,
right?
but you've got to do something else.
I know. Look,
that's a very basic. Yeah, that'll.
It's a very passive game.
Yeah, it's so passive, and you can't
That's right.
hide for a few votes.
I think what she has demonstrated is the shortcoming of that game.
Yes.
The problem is with that game you make no connections.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
And there's nobody there when you really need them.
Yeah, and in that case, when the crunch time came, she could have easily gone. You know, because I found that. Going into the second episode, obviously jumping ahead, I found that such a ridiculous concept going, I understand Luke and Sara going, well, we're enemies now, let's, keep your enemies close. I'll get you next time, but right now, let's put a truce on our war, and I'll come back to you. I kind of didn't mind that as a strategy.
Well, no, I mean, this is always a possibility, right? If you're going to play the middle position like Odette was trying to do, right, the downside to the middle position is if the two sides you're playing against each other actually put their differences aside for a moment, you're dead.
Yeah, because you are nothing. Like and
you're just a vote.
Yeah, you aren't as powerful as you think you are. So, and we talk about this so often. The swing vote is the swing vote is you were chosen last.
Exactly. You are in last position being in the swing vote. Yeah. Well, except for Sara, but that's a different story. But yeah, look, Odette had made no connections on that side, and so she was in that middle position, but as soon as they put their differences aside, and this goes you're dead. You're the vote.
Yeah.
You are you're sticking up like a sore thumb going, vote me.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't sit there and go, yeah, actually that sounds cool, how about a final three thing happening?
Yeah.
Because that's what we want. We want a final three, and Odette is a great final three competitor.
I would have taken her. If I was Luke and Jericho, I would have
What has she done? Nothing.
Right?
Very, very easy to take.
She's a strong band.
Yeah.
Right?
And not as, she's nowhere near as strong as, say, your Ziggy and something like that.
I think I mentioned last episode that it's quite strange to me that Jerry and Luke haven't actually gone to Odette and gone, final three.
Yeah.
Just secure that vote.
It was interesting, especially with the whole Sara starting, like we said, I did say, Luke is now, he's shining, he's got the target, and Sara was coming and pulled up Pete, and then, obviously, like we said, it was either going to be a merge or it's going to be a no tribal. We did say that.
Absolutely. And given the length of this season, I don't think the Australian season needs a non-elimination leg, as you call it.
Yeah, the Amazing Race style. But what did you think about the mutiny?
Oh, look, I thought it was... Look, I understand what they were trying to do, but given that Peter was on the team and had been put there, right, from previously, and had been there, I think, for one episode.
Yeah.
I was amazed he didn't stand up immediately and go me.
I was also amazed that Sara didn't jump up either. Like, get out of there.
If I was Sara, I would have stood up and gone, yeah, me.
And then as soon as Pete goes, she's like, you've screwed me. No. Yeah. You screwed yourself.
She stayed.
Get up.
She could have stood up straight away and gone, I'm out of here. Pete would have been then voted.
Yeah.
Right? And she would have been over there with Henry, who she's got a strong alliance with from previously.
Yeah.
Right? I see no reason why Sarah wanted to stay.
Yeah, neither do I. In that situation,
Tarra is obviously not somebody anybody relies on.
No, Tarra is interesting, and you're seeing more and more. Like, I don't mind. I don't mind her over this tribe over now on a saga than Samatau, just because Samatau she had the I'm the best. I hate being in the bottom position. Whereas this, I don't mind her now, but I'm still struggling with her strategy.
Well, she hasn't got one.
Yeah,
right.
I'm still really
that's
struggling
problem,
with
man.
this.
I was going to talk about Tarra a bit later because she's in probably the worst position of any player there at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. Come merge, I mean.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, look,
I think she'll drift by just purely on the fact that you are going to take out your big.
Oh, she's going to drift for 3 or 4 episodes, but then she's going to get
trouble
voted.
potentially. Like they'll go for the big targets. So.
Oh yeah, of course, but she's going to drift for 3 or 4 episodes for a very good reason, which we'll get to. But anyway, look, it was a non-elimination leg, and when they said, "Oh, one of you get to commit immunity," I'm like, "Well, Peter's not really committing immunity. He's just going back to
the tribe he was originally on before he was forced to leave."
Exactly, and look, I found,
and he was pretty much going to go home that night anyway if that wasn't the case, because of Odette being so wishy-washy and just going, let's do things easy. Well, but that's not Survivor, Odette.
I think the problem for Peter was this. His best defence that he could offer at that trouble was, well, hang on, wait. Come merge, I'm going to be able to connect you up with Samatau.
Yeah.
But there was a problem, and I think Odette and then Luke pointed it out. Well, but you're just going to go back to your old alliance and leave us high and dry. You know, I mean, he didn't really have a lot to sell. I don't know if that tribe will clear the air enough. Odette, like she was in the middle position. You've got Sara and Tarra. You've got Luke and Jerry. And you've got Odette. But interestingly enough, it was Sara that was at the fire with Tarra who said, I reckon I can sell the boys on Odette.
Yeah.
So it was actually Sara who I think's gone to the guys and gone, look, let's bury the hatchet for this one vote. We know merge is very close.
Yeah.
The easy vote's Odette. We all get through to merge.
And then it's a separate, we're playing our own
and then we
part ways.
Yeah, exactly. Then we part ways and everything's
and it's an interesting way to go about it. I don't actually mind that.
Well, how often in the season of Survivor do you see when it gets down to 5 or 6 people, you'll have the 2-2 versus 2-2. They never put their differences aside, and the swing voter gets all the power.
Yeah, and so I didn't mind that. And
it's a twist.
So it was a nice way to kind of take that on board and just be like, you know what, we'll just get through this vote, then we'll part ways.
Look, I think it would have been very different if, you know, merge was like 3 or 4, you know, episodes away. I think the thing that was, they knew merge was close, right? So they thought, we can vote Odette here safely, get to merge. And I think that's what it was all about.
And that was just, you know, that's the same sort of thing. If you're playing the game, Odette should be striving for I don't understand. I can't understand what she was doing. Like, I really don't. Just laying down and just kind of wanting to do the easy vote is really.
She described herself as being like, you know, trying to play invisible and all that stuff.
Yeah, but you vanished.
You vanished.
You did really, really well at playing invisible. You weren't even noticed.
Look,
we barely heard from you through the whole season.
In fact,
I thought we were going to hear from you I thought like we were going to get some Odette time in the second half. Because I thought, you know, well, once we get down to merge, she's fairly physical. She'll put up a bit of a fight. Depending on, like, between her and Ziggy, they'd probably be the 2 strongest women there. She put up a fight, and we'll see where it goes, and we might get. But she was just vanilla the whole way through. The biggest chunk of cardboard I've seen on the show.
Well, no, I think Ben was a pretty big chunk of cardboard, to be honest. But anyway.
Yeah.
But look, it wasn't. That's what I mean.
At least Ben would even try some form of strategy. You know, he went across and he's like, look, I'm going to get in with these and Henry, I'll get you across. He tried something. Odette actually did nothing. Yeah, she legitimately tried nothing at all. Yeah. She just wanted to go along with the flow and make no connection, make no strategic thought whatsoever. She's not even playing.
I know.
You actually want to be here. I want to be here. We're playing the game.
That's right.
We're going to merge anyway. We're already down on numbers.
It's not like she ever went to them and went, even if they didn't take her into the alliance, it's not like she ever went to them and went, look, you know, Sarah's really annoying, or who do you want to vote
she
for?
just did nothing. So it's like, why even have something? And it's not that, she'd be great at the end because you can win against her, but you're taking someone who's just going to follow. She's just a big sheep, and when you cross over, she just wants to do the easy vote and do whatever's best for the numbers. Yeah. She's going to go straight to the big group of numbers anyway.
Absolutely.
So she's just going to do the easy
That's
thing.
the problem. That is the problem. Like, you don't know if she had at least tried to look like she wanted to be part of the alliance, then you're going to sit there and go, well, at least she wants to be here, or be a part of this, so let's take her in.
I find it's really upsetting because, like, obviously we all know we're both super fans.
Yeah.
I really want to be on the show crazily, and not that I would replace an Odette, but how many other females applied for this show that really wanted to play?
Well, if you take it just, 21,000 applied.
21,000
And if you
applied.
take just the population split, right, that means somewhat over 10,500.
Could have easily got on that show, and it just for all the fans who really want to be on the show out there, to have someone like her not do a thing.
Look,
there are people that just don't hit their game right, but to have someone who I've never seen anyone just not.
Oh no! Come
play.
On, there are every season there's somebody
not to that level, not to that level.
No, seriously, I think
if you can remember someone, guys, comment below because I don't remember anyone being so hopeless in gameplay.
No, look.
But I think.
Hang on, wait. Just go back to the last Australian season. There was that guy who decided. No. In last season, he got very easy. He was like, I'm not gonna align myself with anyone. I'm gonna flip a coin.
Yeah.
And he got voted very quickly
because
Barry, thank you. Because that's just not a strategy. That's not something you can align with.
No, it is. Exactly. It's not a strategy, but at least he has a plan. Like it's not. I'm not saying it's a great plan.
It is a strategy. It's incredibly bad.
I'm just saying. Like I know you don't want to go against yourself and your own morals, and you don't want to lie and cheat. You don't want to stick to the whole eating each other alive part of Survivor. But that's the game. But I think it's probably because I really had a lot of high hopes for Odette. I thought she had a great look about her as far as casting, and she was I love a strong character. We all know I love strong people.
Every time she spoke the character, she spoke very well.
But she had nothing to say.
No, but she spoke very well.
She had nothing to say.
And she actually had an idea of what was going on, and that's what I can't put together. She actually seems to have an idea of what was going on, but she never did anything.
She never did anything, and that's frustrating because I really had high hopes for her. Like even day one when we saw Odette, I'm like, yeah, she's gonna be awesome. She's gonna be good fun. Like I do love, and that's what I really enjoy Ziggy. Ziggy's great fun. Whereas I thought Odette would be matching the same, and I don't mind someone who wants to fly under the radar. But when you need to make a move, you have to start playing. You can fly, especially in the 55-day season that Survivor is down in Australia. Yeah, you can do a bit of 3-4 weeks under the radar. You can get rid of like 20 days, but then you've got to start to actually play.
The problem is playing the game is about making. If you're not making connections, you're not playing the game.
No, exactly.
And if you're not making connections somehow, somewhere, you're not going to survive.
Yeah.
People are going to vote you.
And even if it's just like a friend, just make a friend.
Like Russell, one of your favourite players, right?
Russell Hance.
Yeah, evil as, right? But he still made connections.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, if you
the personal people that he would take with him, usually one of the girls, they liked him. They didn't hate him.
Yeah, right? But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you just sit there in your own little world going, I'm on Survivor and this is great, but I'm not talking to anybody, I'm not going to make any connections, you're dead.
Yeah.
That's not gameplay.
Nah. It's a really, it's...
Anyway, I think the most interesting thing about these two episodes is where it leaves everybody come merge.
Okay.
Right? So we've got... Peter went back to Samatau. And as Henry rightly said, it's a bit of a disaster for Lockie, Annalise, and Henry.
True.
Because now that alliance is 4, right? There's Jared, Tessa, Pete, and Zig, right? They're back to 4, so they're in the majority. But they never went to council, so that never played out, right?
So that obviously means there's something that we haven't seen on camera because Ziggy was really keen on working with Henry and Lockie.
She threw it out there, she told them about it, but we've never seen anything.
Yeah, so she put it out there and there was no bite, and that's probably a mistake on Henry and Lockie's behalf because I feel like you could have swung Ziggy over to your side and been 4-3.
Exactly, right. But anyway, going forward, you've obviously, once the merge happens, you'll have Luke and Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle will go back to them because she's got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
Right? And she's actually turning into a bit of a player. which is good.
Yeah. She was when you saw her scramble.
Yeah,
you know, and she scrambled pretty well.
The great thing
someone
is,
who was out of her.
she'll be able to actually take a lot of information back to Luke and Jerry about what's been going on. So you got this block of 3 and a block of 4. The interesting setup is Henry, Lockie, and Annalise. Sarah's going to fit right in there. She's already wants to work with Annalise. She knows about the idol. She's been a long time, adherent of Henry's, right? She wants to get back with him. She's already said so.
And Tarra will happily get back with Lockie.
And this is the thing. I don't think... This is the funny thing. After you add up all the numbers, Tara's actually in the worst position come merge. Like, the only person that she can throw, who will throw her a lifeline, is Lockie.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else. But the interesting part is why Lockie will want to recruit her in.
Yeah.
And Henry will take her in that because that will actually give them 5.
It gives them the numbers.
Gives them 5.
It's technically not a bad place to be in.
No, but she's definitely like
on the
bottom of that 5, right?
Yeah.
Rock bottom. Anyway, but here's how it washes up. Because Henry definitely wants to get rid of like Jared or Pete.
Yeah.
Or Tess, because he knows that that 4 is very solid. He's already targeted them. He said, we've got to get rid of one. Now Pete's come back. This is a disaster. Right. He'll want to get rid of one of them. Even though I've heard him say to Sarah, Luke, get rid of Luke if you can, blah, blah, blah. Luke and that won't be in the mix, as in, saying who's going home. But they're going to be the swing vote here.
Mm.
So I think Henry's block is going to have the numbers, 5, come merge. And I think the first target is going to be the Ziggy Alliance.
I feel the same. I feel like one of them will go first. They don't seem like a powerhouse alliance, and there are bigger power threats. But like I said, if you get, and I say this all the time, stick together. The strong people stick together, use each other together, because or else they'll pick Luke off, they'll pick Henry off, they'll pick Lockie off.
That's right.
They'll pick these guys off because they're afraid of this threat that they have.
Jared, Pete, and Tess are. And you can see Jared and Pete talking about the big physical threats already.
Yeah,
right?
well, Jared's a very clever player. We've seen that, and he's so subtle.
But they've got one of the biggest, if not the biggest, physical threat on their side.
Oh, yeah.
Ziggy.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's like, it's because she is a female.
I know, she gets a pass.
It's just, you just notice the big bulging muscles.
I know, but that's what I mean. She's actually outperformed most people in all
she'll continue
the talent and continue to. But they're not picking her. They're not picking her. And what they don't know is she's actually looking around. She's shopping.
Exactly. Like and she's also got both idols.
I know.
She's got the super and the our version of super and a hidden solo for herself.
Yeah.
She's actually in a great little position.
Oh, she is in a fantastic position.
Even the big guys probably won't target Ziggy first. Like I'd be targeting Henry might. They have said prior. She's dangerous. So there is a chance.
But they don't talk about it. I think, look...
Well, they did that one time. They could have set that up for... The editing could have set that up for us.
I think you're right. I don't think they will target Ziggy. I think they still think that maybe she's someone they can work with.
I don't know, man. I'm switching my mind. I think maybe she's the one on the chopping block next week.
No, I don't know. I think it would be more like Jared or Pete.
Okay.
Because have a look at it. Tess is pretty invisible. On some
I don't think so. I just don't think we're seeing it anymore. She can't go from being as...
Henry and Lockie don't... No, but Henry and Lockie don't talk about Tess or anything.
She's not she's not the threat.
But they notice Jared. They notice Pete coming back. You know what I mean? These are the two that I think
that's the target, to split that up pretty quickly. I still think Luke's a big threat as well in a potential, so I think he might be up for...
I think this is the thing, even though they want Luke out, I have no doubt they want Luke out, right? But the thing is they've got a bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll get to it straight away.
I think they will.
Okay.
I think they will. I think, though, it depends. Well, actually, this is the other way it could go, and we've seen this so many times. If Tarra actually doesn't get thrown a lifeline by Lockie, if she ends up being that, that free floater, we all know what happens to free floaters in the first 2 votes after merge.
Yeah.
Right? Boom, see you later.
Yeah.
Instead of recruiting them, getting them for numbers, people eject them. So it could be, if Tarra doesn't, Tarra goes.
I didn't like the mutiny. But I know it didn't last long, but I didn't like the concept. I mean, like, now we're severely disadvantaging. Like, it's like 10-4. Well, it wasn't that, but it's like
It didn't impress me.
I was like, oh, that's if the tribes were even or something, yeah, but the tribes were already not even.
I know, Cemeteau's big enough to have a 4 alliance in it and a 3.
Yeah.
And
now
there's
they've
other
got
people.
Exactly.
Right?
Now we've got another one coming in.
Yeah,
It's just like, there needed to be something else. I'm sure there was a better way
The
to do that.
mutiny would be interesting if, let's say, Henry had it done. If somebody in Henry's position had stood up and gone, yeah, I'll go. Right?
A mutiny might be more interesting if there was no tribe swaps prior.
Yeah, it's...
if you chuck that in early, because like I said, now you've got relations on either side. Pete clearly has a strong relationship that he got forced out of and he's just gone straight back into. So I kind of felt that was a bit of a...
But the mutiny didn't really have any impact.
No, it didn't have any
impact. I sat there,
well,
and when Jonathan said, okay, when he gets the opportunity to mutiny, I was like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. There wasn't like Pete was the winner of the next immunity. If Pete was the winner of that immunity, then maybe that's the big thing. The other tribe wouldn't have gone to council. But it's just it's a strange thing to do, and I know we've got to do it in our season to kind of fit the quota. But there's just something that didn't sit right with me about the mutiny.
Look,
in its current form. Look, I just think if maybe chuck in a redemption.
Redemption. Why not?
Like if you're going to vote someone out, let's get a bit of Redemption Island happening, or a Redemption Beach, because I think we're only on the one island. But let's get a bit of that happening, and give us a bit more life to, our Monday episode. We only have the one challenge. I want 2 challenges. I love 2 challenges.
Look, it's an hour. Both shows are over an hour long at least, right? And we only get 1 challenge in the second one. We get 2 in the first one. I'm like, what's going on?
Give us 2. So like maybe a Redemption Island would be appropriate to kind of keep that season going, and then that person enters back in just before the merge. Yeah. Or just after the merge.
Just after the merge, merge, whatever. Yeah. The mutiny I didn't think was very good.
Yeah, it just didn't sit right with me. It's like it didn't. It affects gameplay, and it doesn't affect gameplay. Like it does both. I just
Pete. Look, at the end of the day, though,
Pete.
It saved Pete. But Pete going back to Cemeteau, right? Big deal.
Well, it keeps him in the game. He was
but what I mean is,
not be there anymore.
That's the problem. You've hit the nail on the head previously when you said because of the amount of tribal swaps have had prior to mutiny, it was going to be, pretty much a non-event, right?
Yeah.
If you did it,
like I said, unless Sara just got up and went, then we'd get some excitement.
Yeah, but we sort of had the mutiny anyway earlier when Henry and Ben decided to go to Sara. You know what I mean? Even though it was the same deal.
It's the same concept.
So just now it's a tribal, not
and it's only 1 and not 2 people.
Yeah. So that's why
and sending 2, and that's what actually going back a bit to that challenge where Pete and Sara went across. I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I thought no, like I know what you're trying to do. I didn't like bringing 2 people from the other tribe across to your reward.
I see what they're trying to do, but
it just doesn't. It's not
again,
needed.
Non-event.
It's not needed. It's That's the beauty of doing these things.
I think it would be
something along the lines of you can have this reward, or you can spend an afternoon with these 2 tribes. You can spend an afternoon with 2 tribe members of the other side. So it does become do we want to strategize with these people over here?
Yes.
Or do we want our chicken?
Exactly.
And then or our pass or whatever it was.
And then they get. And this is the other thing I think they did wrong. They shouldn't. You know how Pete came over and said, pick Sara?
Yeah.
No, that tribe has to pick 2 people, then they come over. One doesn't come over and then say to them,
it's just the whole, but it's the standard Survivor thing, which is fine in merge game.
Yeah.
But in this instance, it just doesn't work. It was like, one's lonely company. No. He's still going over with 7 other people. He's not alone.
No. Look,
you don't need to bring 2 across.
You know when they do it in individual, when they go, okay, you've won the afternoon. Well, now you get to pick 2 people, right?
But sometimes they do pick one. Pick another one.
No, they do that. That's what I mean. Like they go, you pick somebody to go with you, and then they go, you can pick another one. Right? Yeah. But I think do it without letting the person come across and go, pick Sara.
Yeah, but it works. But it does. It works in an individual.
It
works in this group. In this group environment, that we had, it doesn't really work, and it's kind of really annoying that you threw that in there. It's like it
didn't shake anything up.
It didn't shake anything up. It just said, okay, Pete and Sara are clearly aligned. Now it exposes things for the other tribe.
Well,
Well,
the other thing is, if Luke and Jerry didn't know that they were allied before that, they should have known after that. You know, as soon as...
Maybe it would have worked better if it's like you pick someone and you can bring them across, but then the other tribe goes, look, you can choose someone out of your own, and then you get a bit more it's not like two people who are clearly aligned. It could be anyone's like Luke's going, I'm not going to let Pete go and work it out. And then while they're back at camp, they're like, Luke has got too much control. We got to fix this.
Exactly.
When you just have the people who are going that are already aligned, and kind of Sara has been working pretty well, but kind of been on the outs regardless for quite some time. She's in there, but she's on the out.
Ever since Henry left, she's been on the out.
Yeah, she's kind of on the outs anyway. It's just, it was just interesting that I think it didn't work. The mechanics didn't work in my eyes how I would have liked them to work.
Well, that's right. Two things they've tried this in these two episodes. One, the pick people taking the lunch, and then the mutiny. Sort of just been
Yeah, they were just there's something else we could have done. Like it could have quite easily been, instead of the mutiny, redemption for just a one-off.
Exactly.
For just two, we've got 2 nights of just redemption, or he's gone, has to be on exile, and doesn't even have to challenge to come back in. He's not going out. He just has to survive by himself.
Yeah.
And the next person goes home, and then Pete just comes back in. You could have done something rather than this mutiny. The mutiny was just weak.
But that's the problem too. They've done mutiny earlier.
Yeah, they've done it. They've already done it. So they could have. Yeah, we've already had it. We could have done something else, and I would have loved to have seen a redemption. Actually, like I really would have loved. Doesn't have to be a massive, when Aussie's like, send me to the redemption, and he spends redemption there pretty much the whole entire game.
Right.
But it could have just been 2 challenges.
Oh,
2 redemption challenges, nice and easy.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins comes back in. But again, it's a non-elimination.
I know.
It's still, it just fell short, and that's a little bit upsetting to me. However, the game has given me faith. After these 2 episodes, I ended up very happy.
I'm actually very happy about looking at, like I've just said, how we've talked about where the groups are in merge. Come merge. I think it's going to be a great showdown.
It's going to be a great second half.
Oh, I think so.
And we've had a really strong front half. Like, this has been a really great season for us. This has backed up our first season, and we're like tenfold. We are so much more experienced now.
It is way better this season than last season.
And I love the first season. Like, the first season was great for me, but it's just, this is some gameplay, and I don't see it going into, well, let's just pick them off one by one. We're going to have strategy. We're going to have stuff. So I'm really excited. But mostly what I'm excited about is this. Where is it?
He's picked his final 3.
This, okay? So if you've been watching all the episodes, I put down this, my final 3 plus the winner at episode 8 and 9, and I wasn't happy about it. I don't know if you remember, but like, I didn't want this to happen.
Yes, you said I would be really disappointed if this happens.
This happens. And I can explain to you now, because I'm going to open it up, which is, you haven't tampered with it, which is good.
No.
I'm glad.
Just one question. Has it panned out or not?
That's why I'm opening it up. So this was what I had down, and I'm going to explain everything about it.
Please do. I'm interested.
Okay, Odette wins. Jericho and Tarra. I don't know if this will pick it up, but Jericho and Tarra also make the final 3. Now, the reason why I did this is because last season, Christy wins.
Yeah.
Christy on Sportsbet had an odds favourite of $1.30.
Why?
From the very beginning. Why? Exactly. Why? Why? Because the company already knew who was the winner, so they put her odds really short.
Who? The company, the betting company?
Yeah, put her odds really short. And she had no reason to have those odds.
No.
First 2 episodes in, Odette is at $1.30.
Oh, really?
Jericho and Tarra at $5 each.
Jeez.
And I was like, don't you dare do this to me. I would have been fuming because terrible. This time round we have been promised a live final tribal. I don't think it's going to be where we can go and watch like in America, but I from memory I think the final tribal was going to be a live one. Right. And if that was the case, and this was true, and the odds were already there, and Odette did come out winner.
Wow.
I would have been fuming because you just take the integrity of the game out.
Hang on, wait. Isn't that illegal for them to offer bets on something they already know the outcome
It's
of?
all there though, like because these shows are done. They've been finished filming. All like your
That
Bachelors.
sounds like insider trading to me, like big time.
And that was really frustrating because I can't give any reason as to why Christy was that smaller odds last season.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And to have Odette the same. And don't get me wrong, I was excited to hopefully see Odette play something, but she didn't play anything.
No.
But to have her voted out is the biggest relief for me because it gives integrity to the game again.
That is true.
Because here I am for the past few weeks going, please don't be like this.
Yeah.
Please, if Sportsbet have kind of got insider information and lowering the odds so they don't lose cash out on her, or these two.
I never knew about the Christie vote. That's just
incredible. And I'm like, they can't do it again. So I am so happy to see. I'm so happy to see her go for that one reason because I'm like, please don't you dare ruin the show because I love to now I can sit there and go, who's gonna win?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's gonna win? Because here I am going, if that's I was like, oh, Tarra's clearly going.
Who's at 100 to 1?
I can't remember now, but someone like Henry was paying $35 for the win.
Good bet.
But he seems like a good bet.
Right.
AK was paying something like $40-$50 and he's gone ages ago. And it's like, if they'd have done that and had really just put the odds like, because Jericho I don't see as, I think he's got high potential to get somewhere.
Yeah, so do I.
But he's on the low end of the numbers, but I'd be putting him at $5. Yeah,
put $5 on him.
He's done pretty well.
Yeah.
And Tarra, like I said, you never know. Tarra could just drift on by, and then Odette. They were going to be the final three, and I'm like, that would disappoint me if the odds are just paying that out already.
Absolutely.
So now I've got an open ball game.
This is good.
And now it's anyone's game, and that excites me. That really excites me, and I'm glad that the season wasn't ruined for me like it was last year.
That's terrible. Oh, yeah. I never knew about that back then. I'm glad you never told me. Actually.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't want. That's why I put in the, and that's why I was going to be very disappointed if this was the outcome.
Yeah.
Not because this is who I thought would win or anything else. Like if they've done this.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So that's why I'm bringing it up now because she's gone and I can let that go.
Excellent.
I can get it off my system and say this is what was happening online.
Well, actually, post-merge, pre-merge, right? We know merge is next episode.
We know merge is coming up.
We know who the players are. Do you want to pick a final three now?
Sure.
Okay, that was pretty definite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I still think Jericho's going to be there.
Okay.
I think Jericho. See, I don't know. Now it's exciting. It's exciting because I don't.
Exactly.
Because I'd like to see Ziggy be there, but that's because there's a few people I just really would like to see there. Jericho, I'd like to see there. Ziggy, I'd like to see there.
I'd like to see Henry.
I'd like to see Henry there as well. I think Henry's playing a great game.
Yep.
And he's not, like I said, we don't have a big villain. We still haven't had.
We haven't had our big villain, but
we've had strategic players, and I'm really liking the strategic players that we're having.
Look, I'd like to see Luke there. I think
I'd like to see Luke there.
Luke. He's like a character, you know.
And so I'd like to see maybe, because Ziggy's not aligned with. If Jericho comes in, I feel like Jericho's going to be on Henry and that alliance. So to get Ziggy there, I don't know, but I'm just going to say Ziggy. I'm going to throw Ziggy, Jared, and Jericho as a final three.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? I'm going to go with Henry.
Yeah.
Henry's definitely going to.
I'd love that.
Henry, Ziggy.
Yeah.
And. Yeah, I'll go with Jericho too.
Jericho. Henry, Ziggy, Jericho.
Look, Jericho's.
And I'm Henry, Ziggy,
good.
Jared. So Jared flipping out for Henry for you. Yeah. Look, I hope you're right. I like Henry's gameplay, and I think he's creative.
That's right.
And he's very creative with his strategies.
He doesn't lie down. He's always at it.
And he's bold. He's very bold.
That's right. So I like him, and that's
Yeah.
But he'll probably get voted out next episode.
Who knows? He shouldn't because he's packing heat.
He's packing heat. That's
so. Right. If he gets voted out with the idol in his pocket, someone who's played such a clever game so far, very, very foolish.
I think everybody who's got an idol at least knows of one other person with an idol.
Yeah.
It's just a very strange
setup. Wait, does Ziggy know?
No, but they know about Ziggy.
Yeah.
Henry knows about Ziggy, right?
Yeah.
Henry knows about Annalise. Annalise knows about Henry.
Lockie knows about Henry.
Right? So, what I mean is...
Oh, no, Lockie knows about Ziggy and Henry. He did mention it or
That's
something.
right.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, like, everybody who has an idol knows at least one other person with an idol.
Apart from Ziggy. Ziggy doesn't know anyone else has an idol.
Oh, no, that's true. Yeah.
She's got two, though.
But it's weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird setup.
So we'd love to hear what you think your final three predictions could be.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we've got an open ball game. We're going into
Yep.
merge. Who do you think's going to make final three? And we'll see who ends up being correct.
I think it's been a bit of a while getting here, but I think the best of the season's yet to come.
And we've already had a good start.
Yeah,
like, we didn't have a flat start. Like it
Oh,
started
no,
off
no.
very like it started off like the first couple of episodes a bit flat, but we picked up pretty quickly.
Look, the last 5 or 6 episodes have been terrific,
Yeah.
just like normal. But I think it's really well set up for the next half. I think it'll be great.
Awesome.
All right, thanks
That's
for watching.
it. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see you guys next week. I'm Robin.
I'm Jack. We're the Inwits. Say it with me, Rob.
We're the Inwits. See you guys.
See ya.